We may have seen a picture like this on social media this week. Denver police say they're looking into reports of a full-service bar that was set up at a homeless encampment. CBS Colorado investigator Brian Moss has also been looking into this unusual situation.
And not everyone has a home to escape to when these temperatures soar. According to the Associated Press, advocates estimate the homeless make up half of heat-related deaths in the U.S. And tonight we are going in depth on the issue of homelessness, of course, a growing problem here in Colorado and nationwide. First-time homelessness is rapidly rising in Colorado. A new report from the Colorado Coalition for the Homeless highlights the need to build homes for our state's lowest-income residents.
The city of Denver is buying another hotel to turn into housing for people on the streets. Today, City Council approved $10.4 million contract with Colorado Coalition for the Homeless to buy the Clarion Hotel on 48th Avenue. It'll eventually have more than 200 studios and single rooms. The property will be renamed Renewal Village once the renovations are done later this year.
About 14% of Denver's homeless choose to sleep outside, breaking the law. One military veteran who is homeless says he chooses to sleep outside because the shelters are not a safe option. Now, this is part 2 of Denver 7 series, Behind the Sign.
Denver's homeless problem is showing no signs of slowing. According to the annual Metro Denver State of Homelessness report released by the Metro Denver Homeless Initiative, nearly 28,000 people are accessing homelessness services in the city. 1 in 10 of those people are experiencing homelessness for the first time.
People couldn't access, on this side of the street would actually have to walk in the street to get from one end of the block to the other.
But DPD Patrol Chief Aaron Sanchez says that wasn't the only issue here. With stacks of liquor bottles and turf flooring, police were looking into concerns this was an open-air sidewalk bar for the homeless.
We want to make an important distinction. The vast majority of those experiencing homelessness are not those you're seeing living on the streets. But tonight's focus are those experiencing visible homelessness.
Here's Denver 7's Rob Harris.
And that lack of housing means more people are ending up on the street. And that is having a dramatic impact on life expectancy. Denver 7's Micah Smith digs into this part of the story and how encampment sweeps are playing a role.
When you talk about overcrowding, that's probably a true statement because, as you know, this room where we're sitting becomes mats at night, and we use the hallways in the winter. So we maximize the space that we have because we feel that it's safer to be inside than to be outside on the streets.
Well, true, Kelly. You know, those things you just mentioned there point out what a crisis homelessness is. It was very large in the mayor's race, perhaps the biggest issue. In spite of years of increasing spending, not a lot of visible progress has been made. And for people who spend their time on the streets amid rising crime problems, that is what is pushing them often to outlying areas.
The rescue mission can sleep up to 350 men. 200 more can be bused to an overflow shelter nearby. Some of the men will get a bed, but many will find themselves on a mat for the night, keeping a watchful eye on their belongings.
Alderman says the national recognition of the coalition's report is great, but solutions to the problem remain the same. Supportive housing. And Alderman says housing literally determines how long someone lives.